But our top story this morning, South Korea has started its new Living with COVID-19 scheme, a process of gradually easing some of the social distancing rules that we've been living under now for months on end.
Now, there are changes related to private gatherings and operating hours for businesses across the country. For more on this, we have our Choi Won-jong in the studio. Welcome back, Won-jong.
Good morning.
Now, can you tell us about the changes that we're expecting from today?
Yes, so let's begin with the private gatherings. Now, take a look at the screen up on your screen right now. In the Greater Seoul area, social gatherings of up to 10 people with 6 of the group fully vaccinated are allowed at restaurants and coffee shops, with up to 12 people allowed in other areas as long as 8 people are fully jabbed. But you need to remember that cafes and restaurants, those who are not fully vaccinated, can only meet in groups of up to 4.
And tell us more then about the restrictions on the business hours of cafes and restaurants. What changes have been made there?
Right, so in the Greater Seoul area on the level 4 distancing, cafes and restaurants have closed by 10 p.m. And starting Monday, the operating hours for those facilities are lifted so they can operate around the clock. But for those considered as high-risk facilities such as clubs and specific bars, their business hours are until midnight.
And Won-jong, we also hear that people are being required to, show some kind of certificate that they have been vaccinated or they're tested negative of COVID-19. Tell us more on that.
Right, so it's so-called the vaccine pass is required when entering places that are considered as high-risk the exposures. And now that we're talking about the singing rooms and the saunas and gyms and bars plus hospitals, proving your fully vaccinated status is simple. Now through an app called the KUV by using Naver or Kakao or paper documents issued by the local health centers. Regardless of vaccination status, showing a negative PCR test result taken within 48 hours, it can also be presented instead. However, if you are below 18 years old or unable to get vaccinated due to underlying conditions, you are exempt. There's also some good news for moviegoers and sports fans. If you're fully vaccinated, you're now allowed to eat popcorns and have drinks at theaters, and get chicken and beer and baseball games.
Yeah, I always wondered why you couldn't eat popcorn in the cinema anyway,
right,
or what difference it would make to the spread of the virus eating chicken at a baseball game, but there we go. Let's shift gears to vaccination. Vaccination's ongoing here in Korea. What's the status as of now?
So starting Monday, the children aged between 12 to 15 are eligible to get the Pfizer shot. And according to the health officials, more than 490,000 children have signed up for the shots, which is only 26% of those eligible. The vaccination will start from November 1st until November 27th. And the booster shots will also begin too for people with a weakened immune system, including leukemia patients and people who've had organ transplants.
Won-jong, also tell us about the current, how many COVID-19 cases are we expecting for today?
So today's figure will be a little bit lower than the previous day due to fewer tests conducted over the weekend. Now, from midnight to 9 p.m., 1,413 cases were reported, and that's 260 people more than the caseload from last Sunday. However, due to Halloween celebrations in some high population areas, the figure could change in the next coming days.
Well, due to my working schedule, perhaps it was the same for you, Mogyeon, but my Halloween was, I was in bed at like 8:30 p.m.
Oh, that's good.
But before you go, tell us a bit more about the government updates, because we believe the daily briefing, there's going to be a change in the format in regards to those from today onwards.
That's absolutely right. So as you know, we've been reporting daily COVID figures in the morning ever since the pandemic began. But from now on, instead of releasing the daily caseload first, the South Korean health authorities will announce the death toll and the number of severe cases and number of hospitalized patients and confirmed cases in that order. Now, this comes as the authorities decided to make a gradual transition to normal by shifting their focus from number of positive cases to severely ill cases instead, which is very interesting.
Indeed. Now, okay, thank you, Won-jong, for your report. It's good to have you back in the studio.
Yeah.
You see me another week, right?
Okay.
Yeah, see you tomorrow.
Talk to you again tomorrow.